Alright guys, so welcome back for another live review. It's your boy Uchi, back again once again. As you already know, I am here today not talking about Dragon Ball Super. We're going to talk about a weekly show. So thankfully it's working now, the stream, but whatever. But this chapter, I think the manga right now with 2 chapters in, I'm not sure if they're going to basically decrease in page length. Because obviously chapter 1s are normally bigger than normal. Obviously they have to set up the foreground, the foundation of the story, and that's pretty acceptable, and I'm pretty sure no one would be objecting to a 73-page chapter. So that's what we got chapter 1. This time around though, it pretty much got cut in half. So right now it was like around 35 pages, 33 pages. And I thought it was really a really fun chapter, really good. We got to see Hachimaru somewhat in action. Not too many things on the action side took place outside of him cutting a cup with his sword that apparently wasn't a real sword, but it was pretty much like I feel like this chapter was setting up more for the characters to come, and the I guess the maturity of Hachimaru, being as young or old as he is. I can kind of guess that he's pretty much on the younger side. I would have to admit that, or take a guess at that. But yeah, so pretty much, so let's talk about this. So okay, so pretty much chapter starts off, my man's eating takoyaki. All right, for those that don't know takoyaki is actually one of my favorite Japanese foods. Okay, it's literally like octopus meat in a ball with apparently mayonnaise. I don't even like mayonnaise, but if you put that on some takoyaki, it tastes actually really good. It's really hot. By the time you bite into it, it has like a cool, refreshing feeling, and the flavors, everyone makes them different. Godlike, okay? So my man Hachimaru finally being able to be off of his liquid diet only is now finally eating real food. So he's eating real food. Takoyaki is the first thing he wanted to eat, and there's a lot of significance with the number 8. So Hachimaru, of course, Hachi it means 8. So he has the word 8 in his name already. So he's doing everything in 8s. I'm gonna whip it up right here because I do have the chapter still in front of me for a quick reference. But yeah, so he's 8 octopus legs, 8 octopus fritters, and they of course made the reference to his name being 8. Everything has to do with 8, and that actually I feel like it's gonna play into the overall story later on when we get to the nitty gritty bit of things as the story progresses. Now, of course, this is gonna be a weekly series, so like I said in the beginning of the review, that we're now kind of like simmering down a little bit now that we have things established. Now the story can progress. Being that it is a weekly, I would not be surprised if by chapter 4 5 we're getting like 20 page, 18 page, 15 page chapters, because they are going to be on a weekly schedule. So of course they're going to have to kind of spread themselves at the right amount, just so that they're not like going crazy, and they can fulfill the schedule needed with the chapters weekly. So anyone that's coming through right now, I will acknowledge any kind of comments, concerns, or things you want to add on to the review towards at pretty much at the end, which doesn't take me too long because these are pretty quick chapters. I talk about it pretty quickly, so I will get to the chat once we get to that point. So Hachimaru, now I'm not getting over the fact that his dog, I forget his name already, but Hayataro? Yeah, Hayataro. So Hayataro still sounds like a cat. Still saying meow. And Hayataro actually had some evolution as well. Hayataro went from like being like this little thing, and now he's like this big creature who apparently can transform into like a dragon. Okay, so like when they were leaving, when he went to go take Hayataro out for a walk, they actually went pretty far, it seems, from where their house is located, and they decided to Hayataro just took off and he transformed into a big ass dragon. I thought that was dope. I like the designs on a lot of the world around Samurai 8. Everything is very curved. There's a lot of roundness to it. And it's not so sharp as you would expect it to be, being samurais. You think blades, swords, all that kind of stuff. But everything seems very round and very like kind. I don't want to say mythical, but as far as the whole scientific side or the sci-fi side of this series goes, I think that Masashi Kishimoto and Okubo have done a really good job with trying to, get the idea out that they have with their setting of the world, and it really is separating itself from Naruto a lot because naturally. Anyone that knows where the original or the creator originates from, of course, his big hit being Naruto. We're obviously gonna try and pick or pick apart this show, make any kind of comparisons to his original big hit. But this so far, I mean, chapter 2 has already been kind of sticking out for itself and has been doing a really good job. So we get a little glimpse at like this oncoming threat. It's like these three like porky piggy looking type of like bandits or whatever, and I think they're in like this big tank, and I don't know exactly what they're trying to do, but it looks like they're gonna try and like mess up some stuff in whatever town they're heading to, which of course is also setting up where Hachimaru is about to end up at. So being that they're flying in the air, they hit something by mistake. They literally run into like it looks like it's like some big like floating ship of some sort, and they hit the ship. So Hachimaru comes crash landing down into this new character's house. All right, and again we're seeing a lot of really good a lot of good shots of the town that they're in. The detail in what looks like to be like samurai houses and whatnot. Of course, this is a very samurai themed series, and everything is drawn so well. I mean, even the sharpness, they all got round edges to them. Everything is very round, and like it just looks good to me. I really like how this art style. Akira Okubo is doing a really good job drawing this and capturing Masashi Kishimoto's vision, I guess, with a samurai ace. So I'm happy that it's looking as good as it does so far. So he crash lands into this character's name, who we have no idea who their name is, and actually we don't even know if they're a male or female, and it's not on some Haku level stuff. No, it's actually on the level of this person has not even left the house. They literally stayed playing the samurai video game that we saw Hachimaru playing earlier in the series, and we learned that this character is ranked number 2 in the world at this game that they're playing. Now, I figured and I kind of called it, and I don't know if they mentioned this in the last chapter, but I feel like they did. Hachimaru, didn't he say that he was the best one in the game? Like, he was ranked number 1? So I kind of figured that's what they were setting up for, but how they did it was really cool. So he crash lands into this nameless person's face, and guess what? We actually end up learning their name, and their name actually is Nameless. In Japanese, they go with the name Nanashi. So Nanashi doesn't even know what they are. This person doesn't have an actual name, so they just refer to themselves as Nanashi. But Hachimaru the entire time was like, well, wait a minute, why don't you just make up your own name, this and that, and Nanashi is trying to basically assume that Hachimaru has no idea what they're going through or what it's like to be kept inside, and they don't go outside because they can't do anything else. And oddly enough, an interesting trait from Nanashi is that their right and left hand actually speak, and they're different. They're not like it's like they're like the left hand speaks differently, the right hand speaks differently. Like, they actually talk. There's no mouths or anything on their hand. But of course, this character looks like they could have been created or something like that, similar to how Hachimaru was originally. But the funny part was, of course, like I said, assuming against Hachimaru, because Hachimaru was like, oh, why don't you just like leave or do something else, or why don't you, because they're actually living in like a dojo, a samurai dojo, where like the best of the best train, and Hachimaru's wondering like, yo, how come you're not like trying to become like a bushi, or how come you're not training to be like a samurai like me, because I'm a samurai, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's going to travel the galaxy like Furo Miyoo, the shooting star, and be a hero, right? That's Hachimaru's goal and his intention in life right now. And it kind of bothers Nanashi a little bit. So again, because Nanashi feels like very like closed-minded, kind of like not really closed-minded, but they keep to themselves and they're very shy, it seems, because they never had an in real life interaction with another being in front of them. They've been just sticking around playing this samurai game, and that's why they're as good as they are at rank number 2. And apparently they've actually always wanted to meet Hachimaru because Hachimaru's the best in the world, but they don't know that yet, and that's what we're basically gearing up for. So of course, when Nanashi does the cliche, "Oh, you don't know me, get out of here" type stuff, Hachimaru was like, "You don't know." So he makes a bet. He goes, "How about this? How about I challenge you to this video game? If I beat you, you come outside with me to take Hayataro for a walk. And if you beat me, I'll leave you alone." Of course, it's a wash. Hachimaru does some really cool techie stuff, and he does a quote unquote a step cancel into an option select in consecutive frames. So the fact that we got some actual fighting game terminology in Samurai 8 is extra brownie points from my man Masashi Kishimoto. I actually appreciated that a lot, especially coming from a dude who plays fighting games a lot, and I do go to events and all that kind of stuff. Some of you might know that, some of you don't, but the fact that this was brought upon this chapter, I was like, "Yo, that's pretty cool." I anyone that likes fighting games and is into serious competitive fighting games will definitely feel this reference. So that was really cool. So of course Hachimaru wins. It's a quick wash, and after this wash, Nanashi realizes that, like, are you actually the username Hachimaru? And of course Hachimaru reveals himself. "Yes, that's me," this and that. Couldn't believe it. And then that's when Hachimaru pretty much explains to Nanashi that it was only just up until yesterday, that Hachimaru was a samurai. He was literally a samurai as of yesterday, but before then, he is just like Nanashi. Now, here is the funny part. Nanashi, I want to also give you guys this little tidbit, okay? Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, haku. No. I'm getting my Japanese numbers all messed up. Hold on. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. I'm pretty sure it's yon. Maybe? No. Okay, now I'm messing up my numbers. But the point I'm trying to make is that Nanashi is, I think, Nana has the word. Nana is 7. Okay? And the fact that Nanashi is also the number 2 right up below Hachimaru in this game, right? I feel like it's going to play a whole bigger picture with how the progression of the Samurai 8 unfolds. I feel like what's going to end up happening, as the story progresses, is that we're going to see a whole squad. We're going to see a Samurai 8. We're going to see a team where Hachimaru's in it, Nanashi, we can presume that they're going to be in it, okay? And they're going to be on this adventure. Quite possibly, maybe they don't realize it, maybe it won't be intentional, but low-key, they're going to be discovering the other members of what will become the Samurai 8. And of course, I'm sure they're going to do some banging stuff, and it's going to be godlike, and I can't wait to see that action when it comes. But I think that we have to already pay attention to these kind of things. Hachimaru has literally the word 8 in his name in Hachi. Nanashi, okay, actually has 2 letters or 2 numbers. It's 7 and 4, which is kind of funny in that. But of course, the first part of that Nana, that is 7. So if I can get you the right way to say 6, I think 6 is Roku. Ichi ni san shi go Roku Hachi. Yeah. Hachi? No. Roku? Nana Hachi Kyuju. Okay, so there we go. So Nana the next character, if they're gonna go in order. All right, I don't know if they're gonna give us a mix-up, but I feel like each member of the Samurai 8 will have the number associated with their name. I'm calling that right now. I'm pretty sure that's a safe bet, assuming what we got so far with these two characters right now, Hachimaru and Nanashi. All right. So again, moving forward, they pretty much step outside and we see Nanashi like long hair, like has his hand above their head, and like, oh my god, the sunlight. Like they haven't got any real sun because they've been kept inside. They felt like they're unmotivated. They don't know what they want to do. They just want to play games because they feel like that's all they're good for, right? Now, of course, right after this, Hayataro finds them and they continue on the walk. And at the end of the chapter, we go back to those grunts, and it looks like they had set up some kind of distraction for all of the regular townspeople, I believe. And they are targeting, I guess, Nanashi's direct area, because as we see at the very end of the chapter, we see that they are literally targeting these third-rate flunkies. But little do they know, they're about to get washed, okay? Like, my man Hachimaru is about to come up. And who knows, maybe Nanashi is hidden. He got some hidden, all right, inside them. And who knows if they will reveal the gender. I mean, who knows if they're going to stay genderless throughout the entire show. But I guess it does fit well with the times currently. They did actually make a couple funny jokes within the chapter when they had the conversation between Hachimaru and Nanashi, where he was like, well, like, if you got something hanging between your legs, and if you do, then that would make you a guy, right? So it was kind of playful. It was cool. It was very harmless, all right? But that's pretty much the entire chapter. Like I said in the beginning, I really do enjoy how this show is unfolding so far. I know we're only 2 chapters in. I might sound like I'm sucking up to Masashi Kishimoto. Look, man, the guy is godlike. He wrote Naruto. You gotta give him that. And the man knows how to do a great story, especially relaying it to Akira Okubo, who's doing the art. Okay. Overall, the chapter is really good. Like I said, not too much action. But again, this was a very necessary setup in order to, get us right into the next chapter. Chapter 3, which of course debuts May 26th. So mark your calendars, because that's pretty much this weekend. They will release on Sunday. I know Japan gets them because of the time difference, pretty much a whole day or 2 ahead of time. All right. But looking at the chapter overall, yeah, it's really good. I believe chapter 3 will definitely have a lot more action. They're gonna take out the pig gang. We don't know their names yet, but I'm sure we'll find that out in chapter 3. That's my prediction. And like I said, I'm hoping that Nanashi does have something hidden within themselves that they will reveal within this fight. Because I mean, I would love to see Hachimaru get a quick wash on these dudes, because of course we gotta build up these characters. We gotta have them go through some trials and tribulations with other, foes and enemies and other stronger bushi or samurai, so that we can establish, like, their power levels, if you will. So that is all out of me. Now I'm gonna turn it over to you guys. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, what you guys thought about the chapter for this week, chapter 2, let me know right now. Forever hold your peace. So I do see a couple. KZ, can I have a shout out? KZ, thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. The Pig Squad gave me Dragon Ball Classic vibes. Pilaf Gang. Dizzy, thanks for coming by again, as always. But yeah, I was actually getting the similar types of feels. With the whole, like, they don't look threatening, but of course, like, they're coming in on a big tank. And actually, not gonna lie, that was one of the first things that I was reminded of. Seeing this tank, I was like, wow, this feels kind of Dragon Ball-y to me. But it's gonna be completely different. I know that for a fact. And who knows? I'm not sure if, like, this is gonna be characters that we're gonna see time and time again. I mean, who knows? They could end up being like the Team Rocket of this show, where they keep turning up every time they lose or something like that. Who knows? We don't know the extent of their characters right now at the moment, but I do feel like it will be for a good interaction for at least chapter 3 don't know if they're gonna get like killed or they might just get defeated, sent to jail. I don't know. I also feel like in regards to these characters and this fight that's about to apparently happen, I think that we might even get introduced to some new characters that might interject or intervene in this fight. And again, that will open up more of the world, because right now, since this is a brand new show, that's all they can do. That they can literally just simply keep adding on, so that way we can absorb all of this like a sponge and go from there. On page 23, I think you could easily put on sadness and sorrow. Yo, okay. And that's another thing that I actually have been mentally doing is when I read these chapters, I'm always thinking of like what kind of music would fit. And Naruto had a very like iconic soundtrack. It wasn't just like a couple openings and endings that were good, but man, like some of the songs and the music that was used during Naruto are so good that people still use them to this day, whether it be their own videos or they have like remixes of the certain songs, or they do like, comedy skits. And Sadness and Sorrow, like you said, is one of those songs that's definitely heavily used a lot. And I think with Samurai 8, yeah, I think that the Naruto music still, actually fits pretty well if we were to make those comparisons. So until we get an anime, we just have to make sure that this show, or this series, I should say, stays popular, or becomes popular enough where it sells very well its first issue or its first volume, Tonkobon, right, in Japan. And who knows, I would like for them to have a simultaneous release where the Tankobon and the English manga volume come out simultaneously, and they can have like an overall like capture of how well they think it's gonna go. And based on that, and probably on volume 2 sales, who knows, I think that as long as the show is as promising as it seems so far, we may just get an anime within a year and a half's time. I would be very surprised if we got an anime next year for this. I feel like that's way too soon, though, because, again, we would have to then start asking the question, well, is it going to be a weekly show like Boruto, like Black Clover, or is this going to be one of those 12 to 13 episode seasons, and then they got to take a break, because then we're going to have to involve ourselves into filler territory, and we all know how many fans feel about fillers. And honestly, I think that doing the pattern where you have a season, then you have like the rest of the year off, to allow the manga to stay ahead, so that way the source material, we don't have to really do any BS episodes or anything like that. I think it's really smart, especially on My Hero Academia's side of things, because that's what My Hero Academia does. Same with Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, there's no fillers, which is really nice. So yeah. So pretty much, that just about does it. Thank you guys for tuning in. For those that tuned in, all the support is definitely very much appreciated. If you guys have not read the latest chapter of Samurai 8, you can do so by heading over to shonenjump.com, or download the app on your mobile device or any kind of smart device for free, and you can read the chapter for free. You don't have to even be a premium subscribed member, but again, it is kind of worth it. And this is not them putting me up to saying it, but dude, it's $2 a month, and you get the freaking vault of all this manga from all these different series. It's godlike, it's super cool, and really a good time to be a manga and anime fan today. So that's my review. I enjoyed it overall. It was really good. I'm liking where it's going. Can't wait to see chapter 3 this weekend. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. All that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Hit me up on Twitter, and the other links that you can support me at will also be in the description below. Take care, guys. Have a good one. May the power protect you, and I'll see y'all next time.